Today we will be integrating GCP Google Cloud Platform into our Wazuh. Okay, so this video I have partitioned this video into 5 steps because it is necessary. Just like Azure, Google is little bit different. So we need to first understand how the Google Cloud Log and Cloud Storage work. Then we will integrate it with our Wazuh. So this video has a theoretical part and this video as well as a practical lab part also. So let me just introduce how the Google Logs works, then I will go through with the Wazuh and will integrate it technically. Okay, so Google has actually 3 way. I forgot to add another one, which is Google virtual machine. So for the virtual machine, we are not going to show you anything because it's a pretty common, pretty simple thing. Like you have an agent and you install the agent in the virtual machine, whether it's the Linux or Windows, it will start working straightforward. Okay. But for the Google Cloud infrastructure, we have 2 things, which is Google Cloud Audit Log and Google Cloud Storage Bucket. So what are the difference between them? So Google audit logs include few things like admin activity. So whatever the admin is doing, like the change of permission, creation role, creation service account, any admin activity, it logs. Second part, data access. So which user has access to which object or which object has been accessed by which user, this comes under the data access log. Third, system event. Any system event not physically by the user, any system event changing automatically, system log these things, whether it's a cron activity, whether it's a automation activity or anything, it's a system kind of log. And Google Cloud Audit Log, it record that and log it in your system. So these things are free, completely free, and Google by default do this. You don't need to configure anything for this. Okay, last, policy denied. That means if any user tries to access to any object or subject access to any object, if the policy violation happen and user or the subject is not able to access the object due to the security clearance or due to the permission, that is called policy denied. Something happened that user don't have sufficient privilege, sufficient permission to access the object. So in such situation, it's a policy violation. Just like we have user administrative privilege, administrative has a higher privilege than user. That means their security clearance is also higher. That is the reason they can access to the object. And Google logs this policy violation also for audit cloud log, because you need to know which user trying to access which object, because it could be a internal threat organized for the organization, it could be a threat for your organization. You need to see who is trying to access which object. It could be a lateral movement, right? This is the one part. Let's go to the second part. Second part is Google storage bucket. So it's like object storage bucket. So object storage bucket has 2 parts. One is the users log, another is the storage log. Now we will understand what are these things. So users log means it logs hourly basis log. Okay, so every hour you will be getting logs. And what things we will be getting? We will be getting who access your bucket, what operation they did, like upload, download, delete, this kind of thing, when they did this, and how much data was transferred. Okay, for example, let's say we have a bucket here and between 2 to 3 p.m. user A uploads a file, user B downloads a file, user A deletes a file. That means user activity is logged. And who logged this? Just like admin activity, but for the user. This is not the admin section. Admin section, they have the other ways around, which is the admin activity under cloud audit log. But for the cloud storage bucket, who is accessing which object, which subject is accessing which object, that it logs. Okay, it's pretty simple kind of thing. Now we'll be coming to storage logs. So storage log is daily log. Remember, earlier one we see users log is the hourly log and storage log is a daily log. So how it does? So it does by how much total storage your bucket used yesterday. So today I am getting the logs for the yesterday's activity, that how much storage we have used, how much object now exist, how much left, and total bytes of storage activity. Simple thing, on January 1, our bucket content 1000 image, total 5 GB of space it takes. So I am getting report on January 2, the storage log might look like similar, like date, total object, total bucket storage. Remember, it's 1 day delay is there. So you will be getting report next day. This is very important because otherwise you will be confused. So which logs I am getting, is it for today or is it for yesterday? So, and based on this you need to scale your cloud bucket or change your activity, this kind of thing. Okay, now which thing you need to choose, whether you need to choose the storage log or usage log, that is depending on your operational activity, how it is, and I'm going to show you. But before that, remember, Google recommendation is in most cases cloud audit log is sufficient, because we will be getting high level report, high level logs from all of the activities. But object storage is kind of thing, data retention, like we need to retain our data, we retain our data within our hot storage, within our cold storage. So Google cloud bucket is just like cold storage kind of thing. So now if you have 4 conditions, then you are going to choose cloud bucket storage, and that will be users log, with users log. So for example, if you are hosting a website in cloud storage, that means a public bucket, right? Now the problem is cloud log won't record public anonymous user access, because cloud log generally access admin activity, not the user activity. Since you are hosting this website publicly, so lot of users just like me, you from internet, they are going to access your website. Now how they are using, what things they are accessing, that cannot be logged by cloud audit log, because cloud audit log is internal kind of thing, internal activity, system activity, policy violation. But for the user activity, how much data they consume, what data they download, what data they upload, those can be covered by the storage log. So this is the thing you need to implement storage log. This is the one of the condition. Example 2, you want detailed record metrics. That means you need to know the latency, what URL path, query parameters, these things. For example, how each request took, that means you are finding the latency here, or the full HTTP, or what HTTP URL or HTTPS URL the users are visiting most. This is another thing. So based on that understanding, you can scale your storage, you can scale your computer CPU, RAM. That is the way we do these things. So, and the query parameter means what query they executed, whether it executed with the database, whether it's a JavaScript query, anything. So, and full response size of each read request. So it's not about, still not about admin activity, it's a user activity, and we are analyzing the user's activity outside our organization. Remember this. Okay. Example 3, you want to track automate deletion by cloud storage. Sometime it happen that we have object lifecycle management. So see, here is object lifecycle. Whenever we see lifecycle, it's mean creation to deletion. Okay, lifecycle management. Or auto class. Auto class is a specific trademark kind of thing from Google. It's a patent kind of thing from Google. And object are deleted or moved automatically. See, the automatically is very important. It's not human intervention. It's an automate thing. That means you have a cron job, and the cron job runs one of the activity every night. Now it's a automate thing. So how do you know that the cron job worked perfectly or not? Based on the log, because after the job run, after the completion of job, cron will send you a notification in Google that I have successfully completed or I have failed to complete it. Okay, so these are the automatic things. These things will be logged in Google's cloud storage bucket. Okay, Now, next thing, you only need specific bucket logs, that out of, for example, you have 10 buckets and you don't need to log all your activity from all the buckets. You have one bucket specific, and that is required for your regulation, for your business operation, for your legal requirement. Now, you need to retain that logs for maybe 5 years, because all the tax activity, for example, all the tax activity of the employers is recorded within your cloud storage bucket. Now you need to keep that bucket for 5 years, for example. Now all the other buckets log you don't need, because those are the operational kind of logs, how the user access your website, and the logs are stored over there. So now for the specific bucket, you need to understand who is going to access the bucket, who is going to changing it, modifying it, deletion it. It's also comply with GDPR. Like for example, if you have a bucket and some user data are over there, like PII data, right? One of the user, they have object processing of the data. Now you need to keep the data secure place to show the regulators that after the objection you stop processing their data. So no processing activity from that folder, from that bucket, like we have not changed anything, modify anything, create anything, delete anything. We just left the bucket as it is after the objection period, after receiving the objection letter. So it's a compliance kind of thing, right? Same thing with data restriction, data processing restriction from the data subject, right? Remember these things. So that time we need to keep this log within our SIEM, within our Wazuh, to show that we have not done any processing activity from this bucket. So it's a compliance kind of thing. Okay. Within this 4 condition, we use storage bucket. Otherwise, Google recommend to use the Google Cloud Audit log. Okay. Now, the configuration part is also, I will show you how to configure it. But for that part of Google Cloud Audit log, I need to show you 4 things. What are the things? I already told you those things, but let me tell you again. So we are getting admin activity. This is one. Data access. Who is accessing which data? Admin activity means what changes are doing by the admin, like if the admin is creating roles, service account, modifying permission, those kind of thing. Then admin log, admin audit log. Okay. Second, data access. Who is accessing which data? Which subject is accessing which object? This is the one. System event means system is generating event like automation, data backup, automation, process activity running, those kind of thing. And policy denied means if any subject is not authorized to log or access to any object, that, and based on the policy, based on the security clearance, so it is a policy violation. From that we need to understand who is trying to access which object, and maybe based on that we can identify our threats. Okay, so these are the things Google Cloud Audit logs will give us. So we will going to integrate both. One is the Cloud Audit log, another is the storage bucket. Both we need to do this thing. Okay, so these are the example I gave you, because lot of peoples are here who is not familiar with the Google Cloud, because Google is a little bit different and we generally use Azure. So it's basically help them to understand things. Okay, so let's go to the next part, which is prerequisite. So now we are part 3. We are going to theoretical to practical. Okay, from the theoretical to practical we are going in part 3. So these are the command for dependencies. So we can implement, we can integrate our Google GCP with Wazuh with 2 ways, like with the server side integration or the client side integration. Like instead of integrating this code within our server, we can set up a agent. The agent will collect all the GCP, all the Google Cloud data in Google Cloud Platform, from Google Cloud Platform, from Google Storage Bucket, and after collection it will send to our Wazuh server. Why it is so? Because it will reduce the operational load from the server. So in a huge infrastructure, wherever you are getting logs every 30 seconds, and it will be very difficult for the server to fetch all the logs, because if the server is engaging with collecting the logs, it will automatically generate the processing, the CPU power. So now the CPU power is shared by with other processes, so you may get experience slow performance. So it's better if you have huge log to set up this integration with a client side. Just need to set up a machine, whether it's a Linux, Windows, and configure this from the agent perspective, agent side, and the agent will do the rest of the thing. Okay, now for the prerequisite, the dependencies, it is only for agent. Remember, Wazuh server has everything pre-installed. You don't need to install these dependencies for server. For the agent, we need to install this. So these are the command, and I will share this document with you so that you can copy and paste this command. So one for the Ubuntu, another for the CentOS or HCL. Okay, so we need to install Python, then pip, then understand the version of pip and upgrade the pip version, and then we need to install this. Then we need to install the Google Cloud pip dependencies or SDKs. Okay, so you need to install this from your agent if you are using agent to pull the data from Google. Now, from here, creating Google Cloud credential, we will going to our Wazuh lab, and I will show you how to do these things. Okay, these are the practical things. Okay, now let's go to our Wazuh. Okay, so you need to search in Google Cloud Console. So this is the Google Cloud Console. Okay, and you will be getting a link from here. If you click here in this link, it will redirect you to the Google Cloud Console. So this is the dashboard. From here you need to choose or create a project. How you are going to do this? On the top here, if you click here, so I have few project created already, so you need to create a new project. Here's the new project. Okay, so if you click the new project, it will ask you the project name and the billing account. If you have not created billing account, it will ask you to create a billing account, and you need to create a billing account. It's free, no worry, and you can create as many as billing account you want. An organization you cannot create, because if you are using personal Gmail account, if you are using the workspace, Google Workspace for organization, then the organization you can automatically select. So I already have a project. The project name is Wazuh, so I'm sticking with this. Okay, so let's select this project. Okay, for you to understand, let me create another project, then it will be it's easier for you. So let's rename it to Wazuh 2 project. So whatever we'll be doing from this project. Okay, let's create a project. Okay, our project has been created. Now we need to select the project. From here you need to click here and select the project, which is Wazuh 2 project. Okay, now we are within the project. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to click here dashboard. Okay, we are in the dashboard now. Now you need to go to the IAM and admin. Here you need to click this. Okay, from here you need to create a service account. This is the service account you need to create. Okay, now from here create a service account, name a service account, service, for any name you can give, but for your understanding, whatever is good for you, do this thing. Service account Wazuh 2. Okay, and you can definitely give a description for your understanding, but it is not a mandatory thing. Okay, we will create a service account. And role, from this role we need to give 4 permission: 2 for the cloud audit log, 2 for the storage log. So you need to write down here public sub, and you need to create 2 permission, which is pub sub publisher. Where is publisher? This is the light one. Don't need to select this. This is the pub sub publisher we will be selecting. Then I will create another role, which is same thing, pub sub, and this will be for the subscriber. Pub sub. Where is the subscriber? This is the light one, pops up subscriber. This two permission is for the Google Cloud Audit Log. Now we will be giving two more permission for storage, and one of the thing is storage object. Storage object user storage. This is the one, storage object user we need to give. Another thing we need to give is storage insight, storage insight collector service. These four permission we need to give from the service account. Okay, and I will be clicking here continue. So permissions are now applying with this role. You don't need to access for any role because we have no user created here apart from me, and let's click the done. So the service account part is partially done. What we need to do now, we need to click this service account from here, and you need to come here the keys, and you need to add a key. So we will be creating a new key here, and we will be selecting the JSON, which is the recommended one, and we will be creating it here. So after the creation, it will say the cloud, the JSON file will be downloading to your computer. So let's download it somewhere, and let's rename it to Wazuh project to credential. Okay, this is very important. Okay, let me save this to my desktop. Save. So I have downloaded that credential file, and let me show you what is written within the credential. So this is the credential file I am getting, and never share this credential file to anyone, because this has everything you need to authenticate from your Wazuh. So very confidential file. So I am showing you because I will delete this. What you need to do is you need to transfer this file from your computer to Wazuh server, either Wazuh server or Wazuh agent, wherever you are integrating this. How you can do this? You can use scp command, or if you have the FileZilla, you can do the same thing with FileZilla. Just transfer this file to your computer to Wazuh server or Wazuh agent and place it within. I'll show you the directory name where you need to save these things. So you need to come here in this location where OSEC, Oodle, and then gcloud, and within this location you need to save this file. So I already have saved this file with this name, google credential.json, but for your cases the file name will be different. Whatever the name you are saving this JSON file from your computer, you need to transfer it here, and you can do this by using scp command or by using FileZilla. So maybe if you are doing this from FileZilla, you won't have access to this directory. So what you need to do, you need to transfer with FileZilla from your computer to your home directory, and from your home directory you need to use cp command. So how the cp command works, let me show you the thing. Maybe possible you have this file with your home directory. Let me show you if I have the same thing in my home directory. So home, my username will be Dev, and let's see how many files we have. So for example, we have a file with this directory. So how we can do this thing? By using cp command. Cp, then location, for example home, then username, and then file name. I missed the spelling of home, then Dev, and then file name. So this is the file I have already in the my home directory. So you need to choose that file. For example, google credential.json, and now you need to give the directory to which directory you are moving to. For example, we are moving to where OSEC, Oodle, and gcloud. Okay, now if you press enter, this file will be transferred from your home directory to your Oodle directory. I'm not moving now because I already have this credential here, so it's no point. Okay, so let's delete its command now. So this is the way you can do this, and I am showing you because a lot of the user, they less knowledge of Linux, so it will help them. Okay, and another thing you need to do, which is you need to give the ownership. How you can do this? Definitely, if you are not in sudo access, use sudo, or if you are already in sudo, then use this command chown, then root is to Wazuh user and group, then give the file location, which is var osec odel gcloud, and the file name google credential .json. Okay, if you press enter, this file will have now necessary ownership permission to use by the Wazuh. Now it's done. From here, the next part we will be configuring PubSub for the log ingestion, and it will be connecting to our Wazuh. How you can do this? Now you need to come to your dashboard and search here PubSub, pub-sub. So now you will be getting to your product and page. Click this PubSub here. The PubSub will open now, and now this is enabling Google PubSub API. Very good. And now you are already in the topic section in the left hand side. Now you need to create a topic. We need to give a topic ID. Let's say we are giving topic 2. Okay, any name you can give based on your understanding, and we are not going to change any setting from here. We will be let it as default as it is. Let's create the sub, and whenever you are creating a topic, remember one subscription will be created automatically, but you can add any subscription you need to add. That is not a problem. And how it is look like, let me show. If you go to the subscription here on the left hand side, see one subscription ID is already created. So if you need to create more subscription, you can create more subscription and add it to your topic. Okay, so this is our topic 2, and it is connected to topic 2 underscore sub or topic 2 hyphen sub, whatever it is. Now you can edit this topic also if you need to, but I don't think you need to edit this. But remember, if you need to create a subscription, then go to your subscription, and from here create a subscription, give a subscription ID, any name, for example sub2, and you need to assign your subscription to one of the topic. So you need to click the topic name here, and delivery type will be pull. Never do it push or any other, it will be always pull, and message retention date will be 7 days or any days you want to retain. That is okay, and just need to create this subscription. So I'm not going to create this subscription because I already have one. I don't need to. Okay, go back to your home and click on the dashboard, and from here on the left hand side on the login section, go to log router. Okay, login, and within that log router. So we need to create a sink here. Okay, from create a sink, give the sink name, for example sink 2. You can give a sink to description if you want, sink to, or any description you want to add. Okay, sink destination. So sink destination will be Google Cloud PubSub topic, because we are sending our logs to that our topic, and you need to select what topic you need to send your logs, and I will be selecting topic 2, which we have created earlier. Okay, and next, then this is the area from where you can write down which log you need to include, or any specific log. Like for example, if we are going back to our documentation, if you need to log in only the admin activity, then you can include that logs only. If you need to check the track the data access, then you can filter it out accordingly. For the system event, you also can filter it out accordingly, and for the policy denied, you can also segregate or filter it out accordingly. So there's a lot of way we can do, like DNS record we need only flow, we need only audit logs. Based on those information we can filter it out accordingly. And if you are not selecting any filter, then all log will be collected. But remember, whenever you are collecting all the logs, it will increase the system memory and it will increase the system storage also. So I'm not going to select anything for time being. And if you click next, then next option is which logs you want to exclude. Same thing, which log you don't need, then you need to give this command here. I will share some command how you can do these things. Okay, and create sync. Okay, the sync is now creating. So our sync has already been created. Now if we go to the log explorer section, then we can see all our logs. See, the logs are coming within our topic. See that whatever we have created topic, we have created subscriptions, all the logs will be showing here and all the logs will be ingested by the Wazuh. Now the next case, we will integrate this to our Wazuh. How you can integrate this? Let's go back to Wazuh. So in this case, I will be showing you from Wazuh server. I'm not going to show you with Wazuh agent because I have not Wazuh agent ready with me. If you go to nano var osec etc and osec configuration file, from here, see whatever I have done, let me show you. Within our osec config file, you need to use this part of command. Okay, I'll explain what command it is. So we are using GCP pubsub. Within GCP pubsub, we have pull on start. That means system restart, it will start working. Interval is 1 minute. Within 1 minute of duration, it will pulling the data. And the project ID, you remember what is the project ID? So how to get the project ID, let me show you. If you click here on your top and select the project, let's go to the home, and this is the project ID. You need to copy this project ID and paste it here. Okay, and paste it here, this within this project ID. Okay, very good. Similarly, you need to add subscription. What subscription you are doing thing? So you need to add subscription name. So what subscription name you are going to enter? Now need to go to the dashboard. Now you need to go to your search bar and click pubsub. Then come to your topic, and within topic you have your subscription here. So this is the subscription ID. Okay, and this is the subscription name, topic to sub. Same thing, you need to add it here, subscription name. Because this is already configured, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just showing you how you can get this thing, subscription name. You need to copy from here, subscription name, or you can copy from here and enter this to your OSEC configuration file. Now the credential file. What is the credential file? You remember earlier we have downloaded a Google credential.json file, which I showed you how to transfer from your computer to the Wazuh manager or Wazuh agent. That is the Google credential file. You download this file with JSON extension. Now you need to give the path of your credential file. So it is now in var osec odel gcloud and the name of your credential file. Next we are closing this pubsub tag and we are closing OSEC configuration file. So if you have configured this part of the code, you will be getting logs from your Google Cloud Log. Let me show you how it is. Okay, let me quickly log into our Wazuh, and if you are going to your Google Cloud, because earlier we have logs, let me show you 3 days ago how it looked like. So this is the dashboard, and from here if you go to event, all the logs are coming from the pubsub. This is the pubsub subscription. This is the pubsub subscription. So under data.gcp resource type, If you filter out this column, you will be getting all the logs which is generating from your Google PubSub, and the PubSub will send this log to the topic, and within the topic you will be getting this log. So in the log router you are generating logs, that logs will be forwarded to the PubSub based on the sync you have created, and now you all have the logs here in your Wazuh. Okay, this is the way you can configure this part of getting Google Cloud Audit log. Now let me go to how to create storage bucket and how you can integrate storage bucket within your Wazuh. Let's go back to our cloud. For the Google Cloud Storage, everything we need to do is from the Cloud Shell. So how you can activate the Cloud Shell? By clicking this icon here. And it must be done within your Cloud Shell. You cannot manually do these things. Even though we have option to create the bucket, let me show you how you can create graphically. If you search here bucket, so you can see the buckets. I already created a bucket for me. Where is my bucket? So if you enable the billing here, then this create bucket will be highlight and it can create it from here. But in our case, we need to create bucket. So let me enable a billing. So let me select a billing account. It takes few minutes to create the billing account and link it with your Google Cloud bucket. And I don't know why it is taking so long to create the bucket. So let me go to the project which I already have the billing enabled. I will show you from there. So I already have a bracket created, and see, after enabling the billing, you can have the create icon highlighted. So you can create graphically, but for the Wazuh integration, you must have to create your bucket by command shell, and we can include and we can start our command shell by clicking here. Now within this command shell, we need to use few commands, and I will give you those commands. Okay, so first command is, this is the one, your first command. You need to give this command. So you need to create a bucket with a unique name, global unique name. For example, let me give you a bucket which is bucket to Wazuh. If this name is exist, it will create a bucket, or it will throw an error. Yes, it's creating bucket. So bucket is created now. Next, now I will be assign this bucket to storage.objectCreator role. How you can do these things? By using this command, and I will show you the command. Okay, let's press it enter. Oh, sorry, I forgot to enter my bucket name. Just give me some time. Let me just add my bucket name here. From here you need to add your bucket name. So what was my bucket name? It was bucket to Wazuh. I think bucket to -Wazuh. Okay. Now press enter. So I have given storage.objectCreator role to this bucket. Good. Now go to the next step. Now I need to enable the login for this bucket. How we can do this? By using this command, and I need to enter my bucket name twice here, which is bucket to Wazuh. Same here also, I need to enter my bucket name, bucket to Wazuh. Okay, and press enter. So I have enabled login for this bucket. If you see completed, that means it is perfectly okay. Now we need to check the status of our login of our bucket. How you can do this thing? By using this command. So here we need to just add our bucket name, bucket to Wazuh. Okay. If you see a message like this, then it is okay. Then the login is enabled If you are not getting this message and you are getting null, that means login is not enabled. Now we need to go back to our Wazuh server or agent from where you are integrating this. Let me just quickly minimize this, and you need to use this piece of command for the bucket, which is GCP bucket, same as run on start, yes, interval, any interval you want to give, and bucket type access log, always it will be access log, and name of the bucket which we have created earlier. So in our case the bucket name will be bucket -2 -Wazuh. And let me just quickly refresh this page so it will show the bucket name. So this is the bucket we have created just now, Wazuh 2 bucket. Okay, so you need to copy this bucket name and paste it there. Now next thing, credential. The first step at the very beginning, whenever we created the service account, we created this google credential.json file. We have transferred this file. You need to add this file head here in the credential files tag, and you need to close the bucket and GCP bucket tag, and all of the code you can keep it within one OSEC config file, okay, or within any other OSEC config file. I created separate OSEC config file for the Google integration. You can do it same, or you can do it as per your requirement, as per your choice. If you do these things, now you need to save this file and you need to restart. Restart means system ctl Wazuh manager. If you are doing it from manager, then manager, else it will be agent. If you are doing from agent, then the command will be Wazuh agent. If you are doing it from manager, so it will be manager. I'm doing it from manager, so I'm giving the command to restart the manager service. Okay, so after the system restart, we can pretty see, so these logs are coming from bucket. Okay, so you can use this filter. Let me filter it out. So all the logs of the GCP bucket will show here, and what are the logs we will be getting, you can see it from here. So I'm not going deep into this, what are the logs. Based on your requirement, you can set your filter, you can set your custom rule. So this is pretty simple and straightforward kind of thing. If you follow this guide, you can definitely configure, integrate your GCP with your Wazuh, and I will share those code in a file so that you just can copy and paste it to your manager or server or agent. And let me know if you have any question. I'll happy to answer those. Thank you. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you. See you, mate. Bye bye.